Hello again, sausages. Now, I know I said I wouldn't be doing another video this week until I get my specially commissioned t-shirt in order to further wind up my subject matter. Anyway, then this comes across my desk. Such is the life of a topical YouTuber, folks. So, Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, the very much progressive, woke, sickeningly proprietor of student Marxist politics. Now, people are praising her at the moment because of the way she's handling that thing we're not meant to be talking about, which in my opinion, and everyone else who's sane and decent, will know to be rather over the top. So they've had one case, just the one case, of this thing we're not meant to be talking about, and she's locked everything up once again. She's shut up shop, folks. And the locals had better get with the programme, get with the system, and do as they're told. Otherwise, the police down there will come and get you. And there are nosy neighbours in New Zealand who will call the police on you. And just like everywhere else, people are really scared. They are scared to death because they've swallowed the whole narrative. Anyway, this video isn't about that. This video is about Jacinda Ardern. Now, when the Christchurch mosque shooting happened a few years ago, she went down to Christchurch, did her bit. She even wore the hijab, paid her respects. Which is right, I suppose. I mean, she is the leader of the country. It was a national outrage what happened. But me personally, I found her pandering went a bit too far. I mean, she even made sure the New Zealand government helped to pay the Christchurch shooting victims' funerals, regardless of immigration status. Again, another nice thing to do. But I doubt very much that Jacinda Ardern would go to such pandering and bleeding heart levels if ever there was an Islamic, and God forbid, another Islamic or a Islamic Muslim radicalised terrorist attack in New Zealand. Do you see someone like Jacinda Ardern, a pandering, bleeding heart, woke leftist politician, offering to pay for victims of that attack? No, I don't either. She's also a bit of a stooge for China as well, because earlier this year she seemed to have sold out New Zealand to the Chinese government, which of course is another pandering tactic by someone with Marxist tendencies. So her latest outrageous act as Prime Minister is to send $3 million in humanitarian foreign aid to the Taliban. Now, why on earth do you think she would do this? After all, it's not known that if the Taliban do have any New Zealanders as hostages, and most, if not all, foreign nationals are now safely out of the country. So why would she do this? What on earth did she think or hope would happen if she gave the Taliban $3 million? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Was it to show world leaders how woke she is? How progressive she can be? Or was it some stupid, vain, and inevitably futile left-wing idea of paying the Taliban money in the hope that they'd keep their word and not go to town on any of the women and children and the dissident men over there who refuse to accept their rule? Was that what this is all about? Does she really think the Taliban would keep their word? Do you think the Taliban give a shit about what some limp-wristed, wet, progressive, woke, namby-pamby, upper-middle-class woman on the other side of the world thinks? And thinks she can dictate to them what to do? Is she stupid and naive enough to think they'd keep their word? I mean, anyone with any ounce of common sense knows the Taliban doesn't keep their word. You see, what people don't understand is, and now that they are blaming Donald Trump for what's happening in Afghanistan, the Taliban actually broke a clause in the agreement with Donald Trump's, the God Emperor, praise be upon him, government, and that the whole Taliban takeover of Afghanistan was meant to be civilised and orderly. And I guarantee you folks, had Donald Trump still been president, it would have been. There would be none of this mess. It's because they're not scared of Joe Biden. The Taliban knew. And the reason the Taliban did do an agreement with Donald Trump's government was because they were scared of him. And rightly so. That's the only way to deal with these people, folks. Do you think Donald Trump would have just sat there and let them take over $1 billion worth of military hardware like Joe Biden has? Exactly. Donald Trump would have gone there and kicked Taliban ass. But the Taliban know that Joe Biden wouldn't. It's that simple. And I can guarantee you now, folks, the Taliban, they will not be using that $3 million given by a naive Jacinda Ardern on anything humanitarian. I guarantee you now. It won't go on aid, food, medical supplies, nothing, shelter, nothing, folks. It won't go on anything like that. The Taliban are terrorist warlords. They're oppressive people. They'll just buy weapons and they'll spend it on terrorism because I guarantee you now, folks, now that this has happened in the way that it has and Joe Biden has done nothing and no one else has done anything, Afghanistan is going to become a terrorist hotbed. And wouldn't it be such a horrendous irony that the New Zealand taxpayers' cash that Jacinda Ardern has just sent the Taliban would be used in efforts to train more terrorists and that those terrorists are sent to New Zealand to cause an atrocity? Let's hope it doesn't come to that, folks. But there we go, woke spaff shakes like Jacinda Ardern. They just don't think about these things, do they? What an absolute tool she is, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, that's my video. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And if you'd like to support my channel, then please you can buy me a beer. Because as you know, YouTube have demonetized my channel for wrong think. So by buying me a beer, neither YouTube nor Google get their mitts on what you decide to give me. Anyway, that's it. I'm off. Please comment, share, subscribe. And until my next video, Roger Trouticles.